They were the picture of the American dream, Chris and Shanann Watts. A smiling couple. Two beautiful little girls. A new baby boy on the way. Social media adored them. Friends admired them. But behind the perfect selfies, was a nightmare waiting to unfold. In just one night, that dream would become a horrifying reality. And the man who once called himself a loving father, would become one of the most chilling family annihilators in modern history. This is the story of Chris Watts, the husband who murdered his entire family. Chris Watts, born May 16, 1985, in Spring Lake, North Carolina, met Shanann Catherine Razusek in 2010. She was vibrant, confident, a self-made businesswoman from Aberdeen, North Carolina. He was quiet, shy, a mechanic who kept to himself. They married in 2012 and later moved to Frederick, Colorado, buying a 5-bedroom home at 2825 Saratoga Trail. Chris found work with Anadarko Petroleum. Shanann worked from home, selling Thrive Health products for an MLM called Lovell. They had 2 daughters. Bella Marie, born in 2013. Celeste Catherine, Cece, born in 2015. And in 2018, Shanann was 15 weeks pregnant with a third, a boy named Nico. Shanann's life was a digital scrapbook. She posted family videos, product demos, photos of the girls, and long posts praising Chris as the best husband and dad ever. But in reality, things were far from perfect. They filed for bankruptcy in 2015, citing $70,000 in credit card and student loan debt. The financial strain weighed heavily. But it wasn't just money. Behind the filtered photos and polished posts, a marriage was crumbling. In early August 2018, Shanann took a short work trip to Arizona with her friend Nicole Atkinson. Chris stayed home with the girls. During her trip, Shanann grew increasingly anxious. Chris was distant, cold even. He didn't respond to her messages with warmth. Their once flirty texts became dry, forced. In texts to friends, she admitted she was worried he was pulling away. She suspected he might be cheating. She was right. Chris was having an affair with a coworker named Nicole Kessinger. He had told her he was in the process of separating and didn't mention the third child on the way. While Shanann was away, Chris took Kessinger on dates, told her he loved her, and Googled topics like how to start a new life and divorce without custody. He even looked up wedding songs. When Shanann returned on August 13 at 1:48 a.m., Nicole dropped her off. Security cameras caught her entering the house. She was never seen alive again. Later that morning, Nicole grew worried when Shanann didn't respond to texts or show up to a prenatal appointment. By 12:10 p.m., she was knocking at the Watts' home. No answer. Chris claimed Shanann took the girls on a playdate. But Nicole sensed something was wrong. She called the police. At 1:40 p.m., a Frederick police officer arrived for a welfare check. Chris let him in. His demeanor was off. Inside, Shanann's purse, phone, and medication were found. Her wedding ring sat on a bedside table. Her car, with the girls' car seats, was in the garage. But no sign of Shanann or the kids. Chris showed little panic. No desperation. Police bodycam footage captured every eerie detail, a man trying to play calm, but barely holding it together. As news spread, media coverage intensified. Chris gave interviews outside his home, pleading for his family's return. Chris said to the media, "Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. If someone has them, please bring them back." But the public noticed something chilling. Chris didn't cry. He didn't shake. He didn't act like a man whose entire family had just vanished. And soon, investigators would discover why. Detectives discovered Chris was having an affair. Phone records and deleted messages exposed his secret relationship with Nicole Kessinger. When questioned, Kessinger was stunned. She had no idea Shanann was pregnant. She cooperated fully. Meanwhile, Chris's behavior grew more erratic. He failed a polygraph test, and investigators knew he was hiding something. They brought in his father, Ronnie Watts. In a moment of emotional collapse, Chris confessed, but twisted the truth. He claimed he strangled Shanann in rage, because she had killed the kids. But police didn't buy it. Under pressure, Chris eventually told the full, horrifying truth. He strangled Shanann in their bedroom around 4 a.m. Bella and Celeste walked in shortly after. He wrapped Shanann's body in a sheet, loaded it and the girls into his truck. He drove 45 minutes to an oil field owned by his employer. There, he smothered Celeste, then Bella, who fought back and asked, "Is the same thing going to happen to me?" He pushed their bodies through an 8-inch hatch into crude oil tanks. He buried Shanann in a shallow grave nearby. All while being watched by a security camera in his neighbor's house, footage that later sealed his fate. On August 15, 2018, Chris Watts was arrested. He was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, 2 additional counts for children under 12, 1 count of unlawful termination of a pregnancy, 3 counts of tampering with a deceased human body. On November 6, 2018, Chris pleaded guilty as part of a plea deal. The death penalty was removed at the request of Shanann's family. On November 19, Chris was sentenced to 5 life sentences without parole, 48 years for the death of unborn Nico, 36 more years for tampering with the bodies. He was moved to a maximum security prison in Wisconsin due to safety concerns. The case gripped the world. News outlets dissected every detail. Psychologists analyzed Chris's behavior. Former FBI profiler Candace DeLong called him a rare case, because most family annihilators end their own lives after the crime. Chris claimed he considered suicide, but didn't go through with it. In prison, he confessed more to pen pals, including that he tried to kill his daughters at home the night before, and gave Shanann oxycodone to induce a miscarriage. Imagine this: you're 4 years old. You just saw your mom wrapped in a sheet. Your dad says she's sick. He puts you and your sister in the truck, no car seats, no goodbye kisses. It's dark. You're scared. You ask, "What's happening?" Hours later, you see your sister taken from the truck, and she doesn't come back. You ask, "Is the same thing going to happen to me?" And the man you trust most in the world, the one who's supposed to protect you, suffocates you with your sister's blanket. That's what happened to Bella Watts. That final question from a 4-year-old, "Is the same thing going to happen to me?" was Chris Watts's last chance to stop. And he didn't. He followed through. A complete betrayal of love, trust, and innocence. The Chris Watts case isn't just a murder story. It's a chilling reminder of how well evil can hide behind a smile. A family destroyed. A community scarred. And a world left asking, how could a father do this? There were warning signs. Financial troubles. Emotional distance. Secret lives. But no one imagined he was capable of this. The face of evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes, it looks like the perfect husband. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real crime stories like this one.